Hello students, I hope you are all fine. In this tutorial audio, I will continue from where I left, and the name of the chapter, as you know by this time, it is Ranga's marriage. So in my previous audio presentation, I discussed about the author visiting Sastri ji. Now Sastri ji is a new character. He is the village astrologer, and the author gave all information related to both Ranga and Ratna to the village astrologer, and it will become very easy for him now to make astrological calculations as well as astrological predictions. Now let's see what happens. I went to our Sastri the next morning and told him, keep everything ready to read the stars. I will come later. I tutored him in all that I wanted him to say. I tutored him, I trained him. And obviously, then I already told you, the author gave all the informations about Ranga and Ratna to the astrologer. So now let's see what happens. I found no change in Ranga when I met him that afternoon. What's the matter? You seem to be lost in thought, I said. Nothing wrong. Believe me, no, it's okay, nothing wrong. Headache, come, let's go and see a doctor. You are having a headache. Come, let's go and see a doctor. I have no headache. I am my usual self. Now Ranga protested. Ranga told the author that no, I don't have any headache. I am fine. I am my usual self means I am fine. I went through the same thing. Same thing here means the same ordeal when the process of choosing a girl for me was going on. But I don't think that could be a reason for your present condition. Now the author told Ranga that I also had a state like you are having right now. I was also quite nervous. I was also feeling a bit uneasy. In my case, it was when my wedding was about to be arranged. At that time, I had a feeling like this. But why you are having a feeling like this? Because your wedding is not been settled yet. Ranga stared at me. Ranga haven't questioned anything, but stare actually means to look fixedly. So Ranga was not haven't commented. Instead, he looked fixedly at the author. Come, let's go and see Sastri, I suggested. We all find out whether Guru and Shani are favorable for you or not. Now, all these are related with astrological symbols and signs, Guru and Shani. So, the narrator or the author told Ranga, let's go to Sastri, let us come to Sastri. Let's see whether your astrological signs and symbols are working in your favor or they are going against you. Ranga accompanied me without any protest. Ranga haven't protested. So Ranga accompanied the author without any protest. As soon as Sastri saw me, he exclaimed, what a surprise, Shama! Haven't seen you for a long time. Shama is none other than your servant, the narrator of this tale. So after reading almost 3 to 4 pages, 4.5 pages, for the first time we get to know about the name of the author or the narrator, and it is none other than Shama. Now already Ratna filled up the mind of Ranga because Ranga is now in love with Ratna. But the author already told Ranga that Ratna is already married. Already she is married a year ago, which we know it's not the correct news. It is a fake news. But now let's see what Sastri ji says to Ranga. Now the meeting is going on. So 3 people are now in this meeting. One is Sastri ji, a new character been included, as I already told you in my previous audio presentation. Along with that, Ranga and Shama. Now, I see this line, Shama is none other than your servant, the narrator of this tale. Already introduction of him been given by me earlier, but see, after 4.5 pages, we get to know about him. I got angry and shouted, "What? Only this morning?" Sastri completed my sentence. "You finished all your work and are now free to visit me." Had he not done so, I would have ruined our plan of bustling like grains that are kept in the sun to dry. I was extremely careful of what I said afterwards. Now, it is a pre planned thing. Already, the narrator, that is Shyama, already planned with Sastriji that I will bring Ranga to your house or to your place, and you will do the astrological calculations and everything. But having said that, all the informations prior to the visit of Ranga was already given by Sastriji. Now let's see. Sastri turned to Ranga. "When did the young son of our accountant clerk come home? What can I do for him? It's very rarely that he visits us." Rarely means hardly. "Take out your paraphernalia." Paraphernalia, dear students, here means all the astrological items. Our Rangappa seems to have something on his mind. Can you tell us what's worrying him? Shall we put your science of astrology to the test? Now, could you please say, dear Sastriji, what is the reason for which he is worried? He looks very worried. So, could you please answer that? And it is very easy for Sastriji, because already before the arrival of Ranga, the narrator gave all the information about Ranga and Ranga's soft corner for Ratna, everything. So it becomes very easy for Sastriji now to go on conducting this particular astrological test. There was authority in my voice as I spoke to Sastri. He took out 2 sheets of paper, some cowries. Cowries mean some coins, and a book of palmyra leaves, saying, "Ours is an ancient science, Ayya. There's a story to it, but I won't tell you that story now. This is not a Harikatha, which allows you to tell a story within a story. You may get bored. I will tell it to you some other time." Now, Sastriji was very eager to expound or elaborate the science of astrology, but he told the narrator that if you come some other time, I will elaborate or expound it to you. Now, the main concern is about this young man, that is Ranga. Sastri moved his lip fast as he counted on his fingers and then asked, "What's your star?" That means, what is your astrological sign? Or rather, in other words, what's your Rashi? Ranga didn't know. "Never mind." Sastri indicated with a shake of his head. He did some more calculations. All these things are actually set up. So these calculations and everything are set up because Sastriji knows everything about Ranga beforehand. And Sastriji knew it also that Ranga will come to him as been planned by the author. So let's continue. Sastriji indicated with a shake of his head. He did some more calculations before saying in a serious tone, "It's about a girl. I think you are worried about a girl." I had been controlling my laughter all this while, but now I burst out laughing. I turned to Ranga. Exactly what I had said. "Who's the girl?" "It was your humble servant who asked the question." Sastriji thought for a while before replying. "She probably has the name of something found in the ocean. Kamla, maybe? Could it be Pachi, moss? Must it be moss if it's not Kamla? Why not Pal or Ratna, the precious stone?" "Ratna, the girl in Ramarao's house is Ratna. Tell me, is there any chance of our negotiations bearing fruit?" "Definitely," he said, after thinking for some time. All these are pretending. Actually, both the narrator and Sastriji, they are pretending, because They already had planned it earlier, as I told you all, and Ranga was unaware of it. There was surprise on Ranga's face and some happiness. I noticed it. There was surprise because when the name came out to be Ratna's, there was spark that can be noticed in the eyes and in the face of Ranga. I don't know all that. But the girl is married, I said. Then I turned to him. His face had fallen. But then again I told Sastriji, you are saying Ratna, but that girl is already married. Now, after hearing it, the face of Ranga already fallen. He got demoralized. I don't know all that. There may be some other girl who is suitable. Suitable means, dear students, it is appropriate. I only told you what our Shastra indicated. Sastri said. Now, Sastri told Ranga as well as the narrator, I don't know whether that girl or some other girl. I told you what the astrology says, what our Shastra indicated. We left the place. On the way, we passed by Ramarao's house. Ratna was standing at the door. I went in alone and came out a minute later. Now, the narrator went inside and came out a minute later, and he came with a very good news. Surprisingly, this girl isn't married, it seems. Someone told me the other day that she was. What Sastri told us has turned out to be true after all. But Rangappa, I can't believe that you have been thinking of her. Swear on the name of Madhavacharya. Actually, Madhavacharya was an exponent of Vedantic philosophy. It is written in your text. He is a religious leader from some sort of a religious leader from South India. You remember that one, dear students. So I repeat, I can't believe that you have been thinking of her. Swear on the name of Madhavacharya and tell me, is it true what Sastri said? I did not know whether anyone else would have been direct. Ranga admitted. There's greater truth in that Shastra than we imagine. What he said is absolutely true. It seems that the progressive minded Ranga went on blindly believing what Sastriji told. And he frankly admitted to the narrator, yes, absolutely right. Because I was thinking about Ratna. And yes, I do agree with what Sastriji told. And it was a good news. Ranga is now very, very happy because Ratna isn't married. And it was confirmed by the narrator because we know that she wasn't married. The narrator actually planned everything in order to ignite the fire of love in the heart of Ranga, as we all know it. So now it seems that the progressive minded Ranga started blindly believing the astrology of Sastriji without knowing that actually the entire mechanism of the plan was being controlled and masterminded by none other than Shama, that is the narrator of the story. So dear students, I stop my audio presentation right here. In my next audio presentation, I will continue with the final segment of the story. I hope you will all listen to this audio presentation, and if there is any doubt, kindly let me know. Thank you, students. Thank you all.